and yourself, Aaron. Now, in
regards to the show today, guys, we've got a few things to dive into. We'll be discussing the international break and the players who have/haven't been called up. A fellow Argentinian centre-back has given the highest praise for Lisandro Martinez, and we're going to look at some of his stats since he's joined United. We've also got something fun and interactive stuff towards the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that.
Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're 34 off 700 subs, and we're trying to hit that for the next United game, so any support is appreciated as always, and thank you to you lot who tune in. I want to start off with the international break, lads. Gareth Southgate has announced his 28-man squad. Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford have not been called up, I think, for different kind of issues, but Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw have. Do you want to just give me your thoughts on that first and foremost? Aaron, do you want to go first?
Yeah, it's kind of stuck in it how the two players that haven't been playing at all really have gone. And Sancho's had a good start to the season. It feels like he's pushing on now. Yeah. Hasn't got it. Especially compared to players like Jared Bowen, I don't even think he's contributed to any type of goal this season. Jack Grealish, who's not really done anything. I don't know, I just thought this was a perfect time for Rashford. Understands carrying a knock. So I think Southgate knows what he's got with Rashford. He's obviously been part of like a World Cup squad and stuff like that. So I think him not being picked isn't an issue, because if he finds form, he can still find a way. But Sancho, I felt like this was really a good chance for him to get in and really do something, because I didn't think he really did much, Sancho, in the Euros. Obviously last time around, so I thought this would be a good get like a few starts under his belt. But I don't know, man. Maguire and Shaw shouldn't be going for me.
Yeah. What do you think it is, Severe, with Sancho? Because we've obviously seen very good cameos from him this season. He had the odd game where you're a bit like, okay, maybe he was a little bit quiet in that. But what is it with Southgate? Why would he not take it? Look at the
players like Aaron just mentioned then, with Jared Bowen, Jack Grealish. I haven't pulled any trees whatsoever so far. I know Grealish scored yesterday, but I think that was like his first goal of the campaign or something, or maybe even his second. What do you think it is?
Sancho, give me your thoughts on that.
Southgate is just one of those people that just goes for the tried and trusted. So it's people that he trusts, regardless of how they've played recently. Otherwise, there's absolutely no reason why Maguire and Shaw should be there. From a Man United perspective, I'm absolutely happy. The players who don't play, Maguire and Shaw can get fitness. They can go and try and get fitness, and then we don't risk any injury to Jadon Sancho or Marcus Rashford. So happy days. I mean, we're going to play City after the break. An injury to either Sancho or Rashford massively, weakens our side. So they can take the time off, relax, chill, get their heads right. Maguire and Shaw haven't been played. They can get some fitness. So for me, it's a win-win. I'm happy. I was hoping none of them actually made it. They get to stay. I think eventually he would take Jadon Sancho. I think this is just one of them ones, because this isn't the final squad, is it?
No, it's not the final, but there's a lot of things around it saying like it's less likely, because I'm going to touch on Donny van de Beek a little bit later on, but he hasn't been included in the Netherlands squad. And a lot of people are saying now that it's very unlikely he's going to go to the World Cup now with the Netherlands. Obviously, that could turn around. He could go, but if this is the last kind of thing before the World Cup, Southgate wants to see him up and close in the England setup, I think the percentage would drop slightly, just my personal opinion. But
I don't think it was an easy decision to leave off Jadon Sancho. This is. I don't think it was one of them ones where he wasn't about it. I think he probably thought really hard, and maybe it's a thing where he wanted to give other players a chance. Sancho scored 3 or 2 goals?
No, 3.
3 goals. Yeah, he scored 3 goals. I think he's had like an assist or 2. He's been integral since the rebirth of the team. So I doubt very much it was an easy decision, and I'm very sure that he's literally on the manager's mind. And if we play a couple more games, I think, say after the City game and then the game after that, I think Sancho still goes. Honestly, I think he makes it. I'm just happy that now he stays and we need, he can contribute to the team after the break.
I just hope it doesn't damage his confidence too much because he's worked so hard and played so well, and then Southgate's still like, no, you're not coming. Sometimes he could take that a little bit personal, maybe, and just. But yeah, you never know, do you? I'm sure he'll stay in form for us at least, anyway. When you actually look at the players that he's taken, Aaron, in this 28-man squad, I think he's took about 12 defenders, something like that, and only 4 midfielders. But I think Calvin Phillips, I can't speak. I think Calvin Phillips has picked up an injury, which means they'll have to play Jude Bellingham. What a travesty, because he never fucking plays him anyway. But he's got a lot of defenders, not a lot of midfielders, and then the attack's a little bit mixed up, as in like just touched on them with Jadon Sancho. Just as a separate question, is there anyone when you look at that squad who you think maybe should have got a chance, maybe should have been put in, maybe someone like a James Maddison or anyone that springs to mind for yourself?
Probably Sancho. That's like the one that I can think of that I think he should have definitely gone. Apart from that, I can't really think of any that haven't gone.
I mean, Ivan Toney got the call up, didn't he? Who's been?
I
think it's well deserved.
That's one, obviously. If he didn't, that would have been one. But yeah, it's just the same Southgate type of squad, though, isn't it? It's like, what, he's got like 6 fullbacks or something like that. Like, well, he takes so many fullbacks, and then I don't know. He needs to be more attacking. Like, his options are too safe. You know what I mean? I think that hurts England a lot because you've seen it against Italy. As soon as they got the goal, we had nothing for it. That's when he should have gone for it, and the formation we play just kills it.
Absolutely, I 100% agree with that. So was you going to jump in then, Survey, on something?
White was left behind. I think if it was up to me, I'd take him over Harry Maguire based on performances so far.
Who was that? I didn't hear your name because you lagged out.
Ben White.
Oh, Ben White. Yeah.
Ben White, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, if it was up to me, I'd take him over Harry Maguire or Luke Shaw.
I'm not sure if Tomori has been called up to the squad.
Yeah, he has.
He would have to. Tomori was like the best defender in Serie A last season.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me that I know, like, we have this thing with Maguire, and I know Maguire's played well for England, but if you actually watch Tomori perform, he's been class for AC Milan. So yeah, I'm glad he's gone as well. Moving on to a separate country, same players involved, obviously Manchester United, Brazil. We have new signings, Antony, Casemiro, who are joined by Fred for friendlies against Ghana and Tunisia. Both games will be played in Europe to reduce travel time. But again, as a separate question, considering the form Mctominay's in, Eriksen being a key player for us, and Casemiro being our new shiny signing, what kind of part do we see Fred playing this season? Do you see him as a bit part? Do you think he'll still have like an integral role to play? How do you see it playing out, Aaron, with Fred?
I hope he gets a chance because I'd like to see the Casemiro and Fred dynamic. And in the Premier League, not just in Europa, where, you know, I feel like it is hard sometimes, like against Sociedad and that, when you've not been in the team, and then to go out and put on a good performance,
especially as a number 10.
Yeah, like, it's and just in general, like we were saying, Casemiro didn't really look up to speed and that, but it's hard just to be thrown in when you've not really had much game time. So yeah, I'd like to see him get a chance, but just at the minute, how well McTominay is playing, no one's pushing him off that spot. Which I thought I'd never be saying, but I just feel like there's enough fixtures for him to get a chance. And I wouldn't say he's done now, or I wouldn't say that he's like a bit part player. I feel that he will get his chance. It might even be at 10. I've got him, like he tried him in a number 10. He might be giving him other positions or other roles in training, and he's trying to get him to his sort of player. But no, I think he'll play, and I think he'll probably sit next to Casemiro at some point.
And what about yourself, Survey? How do you see the future for Fred in this United setup, let's say, over the next kind of 6-month period?
I think he's a big part player. Because what I've seen from Ten Hag is he has one play, with his 2 sitting midfielders. One of them breaks up play, which is Scott McTominay, and the other one is a progressive player, which is Christian Eriksen. So if you notice, all the goals, like I counted like 3 different goals, like the 2 goals against Arsenal, and I can't remember the other one. It was always Eriksen to Bruno, playing that decisive pass in straight to Bruno, and then Bruno feeding it off to Marcus Rashford or Jadon Sancho. And I don't think Fred plays that role. So he's either going to be the one next to Eriksen or the one next to the progressive midfielder or playing the 10. And it was a bit worrying for me because do you remember before, what's his name? Alex Tellers left. Like, he played him at centre back, he played him at midfield. This is in preseason. And it looked to me like he was just filling in. Erik ten Hag plays the players he really trusts in their position. And the ones he doesn't. So far, I'm just going off based on preseason and everything we've seen so far. Everyone he really trusts, he plays them in their position. He doesn't compromise. And then the other ones are just bit part fillers, which is what's his name is doing now. I think when we played, did Phil Jones come in preseason and play in the midfield? There was some weird change.
There was rumours linked with it. I don't know if it actually happened or not.
When we played preseason, there was a few players that just kind of, the ones who came off the bench just filled in positions like that they weren't really. So that could be an indication. I don't know, but it's never going to be the same 2 similar type players in holding those 2 midfield positions. It's always going to be one of them playing the progressive role and then the other one playing the sit-in and break-up play role, which is absolutely genius because nobody would have thought Christian Eriksen would be able to play that role. And which is kind of like the De Jong role. But when you watch, because I like to watch games. Yeah, I like to watch games again. So every time I'd calm down and then I'll watch the game the next day just to see it from a different perspective when I'm calm and I can watch. That guy is absolutely something else. Like what we have on our hands there, Christian Eriksen is
exactly what we needed.
Exactly what we needed. That he's basically, and I saw this on Twitter yesterday. I think someone said something about him being an upgrade on Pogba. He's basically what we needed. Yeah, he's exactly what we need in that midfield role. Don't hold on to the ball for too long. You don't have to do a step over. You don't have to do just decisive. And if you watch
never waste a pass.
Yeah, he never does. And that link up with Bruno, that is insane.
He's unlocked Bruno Fernandes, hasn't he?
Yeah.
When you watch him now,
Bruno just has to chill. Bruno is calm. Like, he doesn't need to rush back and try and dictate the play because Bruno was always dropping deep. Last season, I was dropping deep, trying to get the ball. Eriksen just takes care of all of that now.
Yeah, the emphasis was on Bruno a lot when we played under Ole. If you shut him off, we kind of rely on Fred or McTominay for creativity, and it's kind of like you don't really want to do that. That one was going to be my question, but you just mentioned then about De Jong. I was saying, do you think he's kind of using him how we would have done with De Jong, and that's why he wanted him as his main man, like to kind of bring in. And I think he's filled in that role well. He's covering more distance than anyone. I think he's first in a lot of key stats. So long may it continue. He's been an absolute breath of fresh air, Christian Eriksen.
It probably was a blessing in disguise, to be honest, because I don't know how De Jong would have settled into that role. We don't know. I mean, you could have done a better job.
Really speculate, right?
But Eriksen is more familiar with the terrain. He knows the Premier League. He knows how things work. I think it's just a stroke of genius. And to be a De Jong can stay at Barcelona. I'm over that now. So I'm over it.
I'm not quite there yet, but I'll get there. I suppose I'll get there. I want to move on to the Portuguese players who have been called up as well. Our usual trio: Cristiano Ronaldo, Diego Dalot, and Bruno Fernandes. Once again, called up to the national team. This could be Ronaldo's last World Cup. Could we have a final of Messi's Argentina versus Ronaldo's Portugal? The absolute stuff of dreams. Like, please make it happen. I want to do some quick fire questions in relation to the World Cup, lads. So I'll start off straight off the bat. Who do you think will win it? Quick fire, remember.
I'm trying to think who's got a strong team going into it. I don't want to just say France.
I think Brazil. That's my shout. That's who I'm going to go with.
I'm going to go with Germany. Just random.
Okay. So they're shaking his head.
I think you're onto something there with Brazil, man.
Mm.
I think you're onto something there. Because I'm trying to think of like the complete teams. I'd love to say Germany, but they don't have that focal point as a striker, and they need that. I mean, they've got unless Timo Werner just drinks the Black Panther potion. Yeah, he is. He's hitting form again. Yeah, I can't see it, man. I just can't see Germany doing it. I think you're onto something with Brazil.
Okay, I just look at the squad now. I look at like the depth they've got.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of good players.
And their players are literally coming into the fold. So they always had this high rank. They always rated Jesus, Paqueta, and there's someone else. There's like three of them from that generation. They always had, rated them highly, and I think they're just coming into it now.
Even Guimaraes for Newcastle as well.
Guimaraes, yeah. So
Rafinha, Antony, Casemiro, Neymar.
Bro.
Like if Neymar has a good World Cup, like proper performs, smashes the record, I think Brazil could go do some stuff.
But because since you said Brazil, I'll go for France because I just want to see Karim, because Karim's come back now. We haven't seen him in like a major Did he play the Euros?
No.
Yeah,
he was banned.
He did play the Euros.
Did he? I thought he was banned.
Yeah, because he was like joint top goal scorer for a while.
Oh,
I had him on
a
bet to be top goal scorer.
Shit, yeah. It was the one before. Was it the one in Russia? He didn't go to.
Yeah, he didn't go.
Yeah, well, he only just came back into the France squad for that last tournament because he'd not been allowed for time.
Yeah.
I'll
go for France just to add to the.
Interesting. How far will England get? Do you think?
They'll get out the group. I'll probably say quarterfinals. I think it's going to be Southgate's tournament where it kind of is a bit of an undoing of him, to be honest.
I agree.
So I'm going to say quarterfinals.
I think quarters as well.
I think they drop the moment they come up against any significant opposition. Yeah, that's it. Because that's been the track record ever since. Every time they met someone who was like, So I think that's it, really.
Potential dark horse of the tournament.
Is Wales going?
Wales, they're in our group.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Wales.
I was watching a League of Their Own yesterday. I'm not sure if you've seen it. And the actor, Andy Sheen or Michael Sheen, is it? And he does like a 3-minute thing of like a motivation speech for the Welsh players, and it actually gives me like a little bit of goosebumps. I'm not gonna lie. Watch it if you get a chance to. It's quality. Who you think Wales dark horses? Yeah.
Who's the manager?
The mighty Dan James. I can't remember the guy's name. To be honest with you, obviously it was Giggs, but everything that happened with him, and then it moved on to the assistant. I think. Can't remember the guy's name though.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go Wales. But,
okay, Aaron.
I'm gonna go Senegal. I think an African team always usually does all right. I want to go with them, man.
Senegal, Mane plays for Senegal, right? Koulibaly as well.
Yeah,
is that right.
Mane, Koulibaly, Sangare.
Interesting.
Well,
Sangare's Ivory Coast, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah. Sangare's
right.
Coast.
Okay. Yeah. Got that one.
For PSV. I don't know who I'd have. I had Netherlands, but they're not a dark horse, are they? I just think when you look at the teams that are in it, like the big hitters, that you people wouldn't include Netherlands. But I think again they've got the building a lot, so I think Netherlands could do really well in that tournament, potentially even get to the final. Golden Boot winner. I'm going to go straight out. Say Mbappe. I think.
No, I don't think so.
Benzema.
Yeah, Kareem.
Yeah. He's got to win the Ballon d'Or, man. So just as a separate thing, I know we're not talking about Thinger, but he has to win the Ballon d'Or, surely. If he doesn't get that, football is fucked, mate. It's corrupt as fuck. Surprise players to break out at the World Cup. This is the last question on this. Anyone you're looking at in the leagues at the minute? Potential young talents, maybe.
I can't think of any off the top of my head. Who's going? The surprise player, I don't know.
I'm just looking through the teams now and who's going.
Don't know why. I typed one down here. It says Padre. I fuck knows who Padre is.
Padre.
Padre, Padre, but I definitely didn't type that.
Padre.
I had someone in mind.
I think you said Pedri, but
Pedri.
Spain.
That was it for Spain. Yeah. Pedri, fucking Padre. Yeah. Someone like Pedri for Spain. I think.
Yeah, one of them ones. Yeah.
You always get one, don't you? You know, that break out and you're like, whoa, where the fuck did he come? Remember James Rodriguez when he scored that volley?
Yeah.
And you're just like, whoa.
Yeah, this might be Bellingham's year as well.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully, Anthony.
Yeah.
Hope he has a tournament or something. Anthony, hopefully.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, doke. Cheers to that, lads. A couple more players going out on international duty. Centre back Lisandro, Martinez, and Varane. Our partnership, of course, Silk and Steel 2.0 will feature for Argentina and France. This is the one I'm keeping a close eye on because we cannot disconnect that partnership going back into this run of fixtures that we've got. And we're going to touch on Lisandro a little bit later on, so we'll dive into that. Netherlands, we've got Tyrell Malacia gets a call up to the squad. Do we think that's well deserved, lads? Have you been impressed with him since he's joined?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's played. He recently made the squad already. He's played.
Yeah, it's not his debut, is it? But just to keep that consistency to get into the squad and potentially go to the World Cup could be massive for his confidence.
Yeah.
I've been super impressed with him, man. I think it looks like a mini Evra, honestly. And he's young as well. He's only 21, 22, something.
Yeah. There's still a lot he needs to learn, though.
Of course, yeah.
There's still a lot. I've seen a few things. I'm not too, but I'm very, very hopeful, though. You know.
The game was not the Sheriff. The one before the Sheriff game, was it? Saka. Oh, sorry, in the Premier Men, Saka absolutely destroyed him on that right hand side.
Yeah. Skinned him. Just easily as well. But what was actually very impressive about him was that sometimes you see that and then the player just drops their shoulders.
Yeah.
But he came back and then he was getting his get back against Saka towards the end of the game. So he didn't let it get to him. So mentally he's there.
100%. Which
is really, really encouraging because he never gave up. He just kept going. So that's what I like.
And he's got leadership qualities as well for his age. You see him barking orders at players and shit.
Doesn't care.
He's got proper bite about him. Which, it can't be said for a lot of players last season. But he's looking good. On the flip side of the coin for Netherlands, Donny van der Beek hasn't been called up, which makes it, like I said before, even more unlikely he doesn't go to the World Cup due to game time. Where do we... try not to spend too long on it, but where do we think it's gone wrong for Donny van der Beek? What's happened? Because we saw him at Ajax, he was quality, absolute quality, playing in Champions League, regular, scoring goals for them. What's happened with it? Is it a mixture of things? Is it something you could put your finger on?
The only thing I can think of is he too soft for English football? That's the only thing I look at him and think, is he too lightweight? I don't know. I can't imagine him having that fire in him or getting a bit nasty, you know what I mean? Obviously we've seen Martinez straight away will come in and do that. I don't know. He's obviously lacking something, but I don't know what.
I don't think it's the physicality of it. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer just messed up. He didn't want him. Well, he didn't need him, and then he got him. I don't think it has anything to do with the. He's a technical player. The few times we've seen him play, he's really done a good job. Donny van der Beek. But now it's kind of with the system that we're playing now, he's not physical enough to play the Scott McTominay role, and probably not technically gifted enough to play the Eriksen role. Best thing he can do is to play I wish he played the 10 instead of Fred, but I think he was injured.
I think he would have. Yeah, I think he would have played in that.
I would have preferred to see him in the 10, instead of Fred, because he'd be more suited to that role. It's just a thing where it's kind of what's the thing? Square holes and round pegs. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where we have a system now, and then he went to who was at Everton? Was it Lampard? When he went to Everton.
Yeah.
He should have gone to Crystal Palace. I don't understand. I think it's because Merseyside is close to Manchester. Mm-hmm. He probably doesn't have to move house. He can just go down the M62 or whatever.
Yeah.
And he went to another manager who didn't know how to use him. I love Donny, and I would have loved to see him go back to Ajax on loan at least, just to get some game time, regain his confidence, because it's one of those things.
Yeah, I do like his attitude though as well. Sorry, go on, Aaron.
The only thing that worries me is that how is he not fitting in this system when it's Ten Hag's system that surely you would have played a familiar role in the Ajax setup? So it's like
it's because he's got Bruno in it. I think it's because Bruno Fernandes is there. Bruno wasn't there. He'd probably play in there.
Yeah, and it's not the exact same system. Sorry, go on. Sorry,
Bruno's not going to play every single game this season. Like, I just don't know how he's not had more of a chance, and that's what worries me. Like, is it something that his game's not cut out for English football? Because if Ten Hag, the man who got the best out of him, isn't playing him, who is going to play him?
I do think it's a massive confidence issue as well. Like what he's had to endure for the past 2 years, just shit upon shit and rumours, leaks, all surrounded by that. It's just, I always say, analogy I use quite frequently, if you put someone in a room with a moody person for hours and hours and then eventually it's going to affect their mood and they'll become like that. And I think Donny's just a case of that, to be completely honest. I think that's what's happened with him. And it's a shame because he's a talented player. There's definitely something in there. And I think he moved to the Spanish league or Italian league or another team like that. I think he could go do bits there. Me personally, I don't think he's cut out for the Prem. That's just my opinion. But yeah, football's all about opinion. So we'll see what happens.
There's still a place for him in this team. Second half against Crystal Palace in the pre-season game, when he came on, Donny van de Beek, basically his attributes is literally arriving in the box at the right time. He's one of them kind of players.
Is that sort of player?
Like Lampard, like I don't know if you guys remember Pires. He's that sort of player. Where he was always coming in at the right time, and that's so. The second half of the Crystal Palace game when he came on, that was Donny. So I still think there's he still has a lot to play in this team, but it remains to be seen for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I hope so. Let's see what happens. And lastly, sticking with the midfield duo of Mctominay and Erickson, they've both been called up as well. On Mctominay, I know we spoke about him a little bit before. What do you think is the main thing he's improved on to become a regular in Ten Hag's starting 11? Again, is it something you could put your finger on? Is it a mixture of things? Because last season, in comparison to the way he's performing right now, it's fucking worlds apart. Absolutely worlds apart. Like, he's doing everything we wanted from a midfielder. And I just find it such a mad transformation because I hold my hands up. I would say not a chance will he succeed under Erik ten Hag. I really don't think he will. But what is it? What do you think it is? That's
coaching. That's it.
Yeah, correct. Actual elite coaching.
Coaching. He's not doing anything out of the ordinary, but you can just tell that he's following instructions. Like he has the same attributes. He hasn't improved in pace. He's not any more aggressive than he was. He's the same aggressive Mctominay. He's just making the right decision because he has a manager who's telling him exactly what he wants to get from him. Scott McTominay is a system player. You have a system that works for him. He could play, he could be amazing for us, and then go to like Palace or Everton and just be crap. Do you understand? It's coaching. That's what it is, and he's made me eat my words. If I'm writing down the team sheet, it's Christian Eriksen, Lisandro Martinez, Scott McTominay. He is a starter for me now, 100%. Like, he's shown me, and this is testament to the manager as well. Like, it just shows you what good coaching can do to players.
Crazy, isn't it? What do you think, Aaron? Would you agree with that?
One thing that stands out to me that's changed in his game, and it's the way he's reading the game. Like, I feel like the one thing he could never do was read the game. Like, he kept passed round too much, and he'd just commit stupid fouls because he was like 2 steps behind all the time. But he's actually reading the game now, and the best thing I think he's doing is like on second balls, winning them every time. Like, I'd say if someone's put a tackle in and the ball goes loose, or he mops it up every time. And it's like just reading of where the ball's going to go, or that he's going to get a second opportunity. That's the main thing that stands out for me. And obviously there was a play there, but that goes back to coaching.
Yeah, it's coaching. Watch the next game and just notice how long McTominay doesn't hang on to the ball anymore. He breaks up the play. He's looking. Where's Bruno? Where's Dalot? Basically, that's it. These are his two outlets. Yeah, he's either laying it off to Dalot or Bruno. He doesn't waste time with the ball. Breaks up the play, passes it on. His positioning, he's always in the right position. I mean, I'm just I'm blown away because I was literally losing my shit. Like, McTominay, I was like, how is this guy here? Do you understand? But yeah, fair play, man. Fair play to him. McTominay army, man.
Is it going to last? Do you think? Do you think it's going to last?
I'm going to call him the Scottish Ndidi from now on until he puts in another flop performance. I think he's performing really well. He's doing the simple stuff really well. both of the things that you said there, he's reading the game much better. The intensity when he picks it up, quick, straight away, give it to Eriksen, no messing about. He doesn't ponder on it, do that little bunny hop that he does.
No.
It's straightforward, and that's what you need. I remember before Rangnick came in, there was this thing, this kind of training method he had, and you'd use a stopwatch with like, you have to do a certain action within 5 seconds or whatever it was. And I feel like that's what he's done with Mctominay. He's just gone, simplify your game, this is how you read the game better. Boom, stopwatch. As soon as you get it, look for Christian, look for Bruno. Boom, break the line, and he's just refined his game. He looks much better. And yeah, again, another player. Long may it continue because he is a starter in that team at the minute, and I'm happy for him to be a starter alongside Eriksen. Absolutely.
I'm not comparing.
Please continue.
I'm not comparing him, but it seems like he's like Carrick used to do. He's doing the simple things effectively. You know what I mean? And he's just sticking to them. And I think that's his game. He doesn't need to be bringing the ball up and running into players like he was. Just like get the ball, give it to Eriksen, like say, give it to Dallo, and let them play the football.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at when we actually get back from the break, lads, we've got an interesting couple of weeks approaching. A very heavy schedule. We've got 9 games in October, believe it or not. City, Ammonia, Everton, Ammonia, Newcastle, Spurs, Chelsea, Sheriff, and West Ham. Yeah, some tough games in there. And if we pick up some injuries during the international break, it's going to be fucking tough. Are any of you worried for next month, especially if we do get some injuries? Like, do you think we've got enough squad depth? Or if as soon as someone like, let's say, Varane goes out, or, you know, Eriksen picks up an injury, it could be not curtains, but it could be like, play Fred there again, play Maguire there again. What do you think? Does it worry you the potential for injuries?
Of course, man. Anyone of our top players in the first team, and it's a massive drop off. Imagine if we lose either one of Varane or Martinez. Like, that's bad. If we lose Christian Eriksen, that's bad. If we lose one of the guys running up front, that's bad. So yeah, I mean, it's good. Whatever's going to happen, what will be. But I just hope that I hope that our players understand the system enough that the players who come in as substitutes, can make it happen. Because so far, Ronaldo hasn't been doing his thing, man. Like, as a striker, our attack just dies with him, literally. So I don't know. I'm worried. Especially with Varane.
Yeah, I was just about to say that was going to be a question
for
Varane then.
One, yeah.
If he gets injured, which we know does happen with France, it's happened quite a lot of times. He's come back with knocks, knees, ankle injuries and stuff. He's been playing so well at the minute. For us, he's been one of our best player alongside Lisandro and Erickson. If he's out, Aaron, we're pretty much fucked out. We've got to go back to Lindelof or Maguire again.
The thought of one of them two coming back in, especially against City.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Manchester Derby, a cold Lindelof. Obviously, Maguire would have been playing for England, so it's not exactly too bad. But our setup's the opposite to Southgate's, really, isn't it? So
just think Manchester Derby, Haaland against Maguire. I don't even want to think about it, man.
Yeah. Let's not. Let's move it on. I want to dive into some quotes from Christian Romero for Tottenham, who's obviously centre back for them. And he said, quite a strong quote, actually. He said, today, the best defender for me is Virgil van Dijk always, and Lisandro Martinez from Manchester United. For me, they are the best in the Premier League. But where would you guys currently rank him on form? Maybe in Europe. Let's say in Europe. Lisandro, right now for you, is he top echelon, do you think? You've been super impressed with him?
In Europe, I don't know if it's a bit of a stretch calling him like a top 5 in Europe, but in the Prem so far,
on form though, because he's not put a foot wrong, has he? Really? I don't think. I think every battle you want him to win, aerial, ground, on the ball, super impressive. Well, what more do you want from a centre back, right?
Yeah, I think it might just be a bit premature calling him top 5 in the world, or in Europe. But in the Premier League, especially at the minute, Van Dijk doesn't really look up to his usual standard.
He's been shit, Anna Van Dijk at the minute. He looks like a shadow of himself.
So then I'm looking around at who else, like Ruben Diaz. But for me, Varane and Martinez are probably both in the top 5 at the minute in the
especially
Premier
as
League.
A partnership. as well.
100%.
Like the way they're playing
Probably
together.
the best Premiership at the best partnership at the minute.
What about
I
yourself,
think
like you're in deep thought there.
Yeah, no, definitely not Van Dijk. I think the best central defender at the moment is Saliba, in my opinion, for Arsenal. He has 2 goals now, I think.
Scored today, didn't he?
Yeah, scored today. He's got 2 goals. He's really, he's good, he's quick and everything. But I think it's Saliba and then Martinez. One thing I really like about Martinez, and not just the defending bit, is his confidence on the ball. His progressive play. The last game we played, what game was it when he came in the second half? Was it Sociedad?
Yeah.
He come in in the second half. He was like a third midfielder, literally like controlling the game. I was like literally just so impressed. Like he's progressive play, he reads the game, he's like you said, he hasn't put a foot wrong. I haven't watched too many games. I've watched a few games in the Bundesliga, and I watched the Milan derby, and a few others. But I don't know about the rest of Europe. I can't speak on the rest of Europe. But as far as the Prem, if Saliba wasn't on smoke the way he is now, I have to say, what's his name, Martinez. Because aerial duels, he's winning that. If you look at the stats as well, he's winning all these duels.
I'm glad you said that because I've got some stats to dive into right now. So yeah, he's top of the league in terms of progressive passes in the Prem.
Okay.
According to football statistics, in his 6 league appearances so far, Martinez has won 75% of his aerial duels, 9 in total.
Okay.
The 24-year-old is joint top among his fellow United defenders for both headers won and successful tackles, justifying him being awarded Club Player of the Month for August. And it's early doors, but just for comparison, both Rio and Vidic during their United careers have worse aerial percentage than Lisandro Martinez so far. Rio managed to win 64% of his duels. Vidic won 73 of his. So obviously, like I said, it's early doors. By no stretch of imagination am I comparing him to Rio or Vidic already. But it's just to kind of put it out there and give you an inkling to what he's been doing. And like I said, I think it's been fucking phenomenal. I think it's been really good. And he's justifying his price tag so far. That can always change. He could always have a game where a target man comes in and bullies him. But right now, as it stands, he's doing well and he's in some good company there.
Yeah. Who do you two think is more vital to that backline, Varane or Martinez at the minute?
Martinez.
In terms of the way we want to play Martinez, but Varane, for everything that Ten Hag's been saying and everything I'm seeing on the eye is leading that pack at the back. I think they're both equally as important, to be honest. I don't think one's more important than the other, but in terms of style of play, this is why I was saying to Sam when Sam was like, I think he's going to come in as a DM. I think he's going to... And listen, the way Ten Hag wants to play, he has to be in that back line. He has to be. He's vital. Like you said, them the Sociedad game, you saw him come in and he just ran it straight away. He's for a centre back, he's so press resistant. You can throw like 3 players on him, he just gets out of it, sprays the long ball like his Carrick. It's mad. He's got like so many good assets in his locker. I thought he was good for Ajax, but then when he came to United and I witnessed him first hand, I thought he's even better than what I thought he is.
Absolutely, 100%.
I just love watching Varane. I feel like Varane's like the Rolls Royce, and he's just
Silk
like so smooth.
The way 2.0, as I said, man.
He's so smooth, like the way he defends. He never looks panicked, or even like in the box. He was one game, was he doing like kick ups or something?
Yeah,
just quality, man.
I like that. I'm seeing a little bit more aggressiveness from Varane than he had at Real Madrid, because then he had Ramos, who was Ramos was the guy who was just going crazy the whole time. But then now he's showing a little bit more aggressiveness, and I really like that against him. Like the fight he had with Gabriel Jesus, they were going at it the whole time, and I just love that. He has this face now. He has this serious face when you look at him now. And I just, absolutely love that. But if I had to choose between one of them, it'd have to be Lisandro for me. Because I think I'd rather see Lisandro and Maguire. I've already seen Varane and Maguire. That you know what I mean? Like that didn't really look too good. But I think Lisandro can kind of manage Maguire better than Varane would.
I remember Ten Hag when we signed him and he was asking about it. He was like, the fans are going to absolutely love him. They're going to love his warrior spirit, his attitude, mentality. And yeah, he was absolutely bang on. So again, another reoccurring theme. Long may it continue with Lisandro. He's performing exceptional. Right, it's time for Real Reds Talk version of Who Am I? People in the chat get involved as well and see if you can guess which footballer I am describing. I'm going to give out a couple of hints about well-known footballers who've played in Europe, past or present, and you have to guess who it is. So the first one is, I was born in 1976. I finished runner-up in the 2002 World Cup. I was a Champions League finalist in the early 2000s, and I won league titles in England and Germany. Who am I?
You said runner-up in 2002 World Cup.
Yeah.
Okay, who won the World Cup in 2002?
I know who won it, but I
can't remember who they played.
Was that Italy? Did Italy win the World Cup?
2002, France, Italy, or Brazil? Swilling round in my head.
It was Brazil, and they played. No,
yeah, it was Brazil. Yeah, it was Brazil that won it.
Brazil.
Oh, mate. Give me the clues out again.
Won league titles in Germany and England. That's the biggest one.
And then read some more out.
Champions League finalist in early 2000s. Germany and England is the biggest one. League titles in Germany and England.
Michael Ballack.
Yes.
Was
Michael
it?
Ballack. Yeah. Quite a tough one to start with. But yeah.
Was it Germany and Brazil in the World Cup final?
Yeah. Ready for the next one? This one's quite tough as well, to be fair. There's a few easy ones in there, but this one. Was born in South America in 1987. I've played in Portugal. I won a Premier League and FA Cup, and then he moved to China in 2016. Who am I?
Say it again.
I was born in South America in 1987. I have played in Portugal. I won a Premier League and an FA Cup. I moved to China in 2016. Who am I?
See, I think I know who it is, but I'm trying to give Severe a tap in here. I'm going to try and let him get one. I'm going to try and let him equalise.
Okay. My brain is fried, man.
Portugal to Premier League.
Go for it.
And move to China.
Portugal to Premier League, move to China. Portugal, I can't think.
Go on, Aaron. Do you think it is?
Oscar.
Nope. You're on the right line. You're on the very
Pato.
Nope. No, you're very close. So you're extremely close. I can't tell you how close you are with the Oscar shout. That is the biggest clue I can possibly give you.
Portugal to Premier League.
Think about
it was a Chelsea player. It was fuck's sake.
Brazilian.
It was a Brazilian.
You're gonna kick yourself when I tell you.
Nah, don't tell me yet. I'm still going on.
Wait.
Move to China.
Yes, move to China in 2016.
How hard to thinking.
Fuck's sake. Alex? Was it Alex?
No. You've literally mentioned in that kind of era as well. all the Brazilian players apart from one.
Chelsea.
Do you want me to tell you the position he played?
Yes.
Yeah.
DM. Come
Ramirez.
On. Yeah, there we go.
How did I forget about Ramirez?
Mate, I could have been here for like 10 days. Definitely.
I said Oscar, Alex.
I forgot Ramirez even played for Chelsea.
Yeah, I forgot about Ramirez.
Yeah, Ramirez. Quality on FIFA as well, if you know, you know. Here's another one. I was born in Europe in 1973. I won 8 trophies in my homeland, including a Champions League. I have also won a Premier League. I spent 3 years in Barcelona and won nothing. Who am I?
He's won a Premier League.
Yeah.
23 years in Barcelona, 1-0. Ronald Koeman? No. Was it?
I don't think Koeman's won a Premier League, has he?
No. But yeah, he has.
When
8
were they born again?
trophies in my homeland. Born in 1973. 8 trophies in my homeland, including the Champions League. I have also won a Premier League. I spent 3 years in Barcelona and won nothing. Do you want me to give you the position for a bit more of a clue?
Yeah.
He's a winger.
8 titles.
3 years for Barca.
Is he French?
Nope.
8 trophies in his. He's German.
8 trophies, nope, in his homeland, including the Champions League.
So it has to be. Well, so it's not Bayern. It's not Lyon. His home country. Who dominates?
It's a proper testing, aren't they?
Hold on.
Proper testing is.
Hold on. It's Portuguese.
Who?
Is it Portuguese?
No.
Is he from Portugal?
He's Dutch.
So,
Come on.
Ajax. Oh yeah, it has to be Ajax. Patrick Kluivert.
Nope.
Huh?
He's a winger.
Dutch winger.
Come on. A
Oh,
Dutch
mate.
winger.
Overmars. What Overmars?
Yeah. Mark Overmars.
Overmars?
Yeah.
He won
Mark
oh yeah,
Overmars.
he won a Prem. He won a Prem. with
Yeah.
Yeah, with Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one,
That was a good one, that.
full about 100 points if you get this one. If we're struggling on it, I'll move on. I was born in Western Europe in the 1970s. I've only played in 2 countries. I was a European Championship runner-up. I won 3 Coppa Italias and a Champions League in Italy.
3 Coppa Italias and the Champions League in Italy.
Yeah. But he was born in Western Europe in 1970s. Think of Western Europe, Spain, Portugal. And I'll throw you another one in there. Played for one of the Milan teams.
Is it Del Piero?
No.
Played for one of the Milan teams, Western Europe. Oh,
Won a Champions League, 3 Coppa Italias.
Western Europe. Won the Champions League. That's an AC Milan player.
Mm-hmm.
Western Europe.
He's Portuguese. I'll give you that.
Portugal. Rui Costa.
Yeah. Correct. Ding, ding, ding. Points for Severe. And the very last one, this is a bit of a niche one, but I saw the player and thought, yeah.
It's just to win the thing as well. It's 2-2.
Interesting. I like it. I was born in 1987. I have played for 4 clubs in my homeland. I spent 5 years in England with 2 clubs. I have 2 goals for my country. Who am I?
Juan Mata.
No.
2 goals for my country.
Played for 4 clubs in my homeland. Spent 5 years in England with 2 clubs. And he has 2 goals for his country. Let me know if you want another clue.
Position? What position?
It's hard to say. He played multiple positions. He's a very skillful player.
He's a goalkeeper.
No, it's not goalkeeper. The only skillful goalkeeper I can think of was that Mexican dude who saved it with a front flip.
Yeah. What year, what era was he born again?
He was born in 1987.
87.
Yeah. Played for 4 clubs in his homeland. Spent 5 years in England with 2 clubs. He has 2 goals for his country. Very skillful player. Who was that?
No, I was saying that sort of throwing me off the 2 goals for the country.
I know.
If it's a striker, he's shit.
Yeah, think of some of the most skillful players that you remember, like the streets will remember kind of guys. You know what I mean? Not necessarily did damage in terms of assists and goals. But
Are you still playing now?
I don't know. Actually, don't know. Could be. I think so. But it's not for no one significant anyway.
Played for 2 clubs in England.
This is for the winner. This is the
player.
decider. This is the money maker.
Mate. All I'm thinking is of skillful players for you in my head.
Do you want another clue?
Yeah.
He's French.
Skillful player. French. Oh, mate.
Got another clue? This is the last clue I'm going to give. If I give this, it'll probably give it away.
No, I don't then. Let's sit on that one for a little bit. Skillful player, French.
So he's French, born in 1987, played for 4 clubs in his homeland, spent 5 years in England with 2 clubs, and has 2 goals for his country.
Just stop saying that part. Stop saying that too.
Is it Fred?
Ben Arthur.
Yeah. Hatton Ben Arthur.
Oh, wicked, yeah.
Yeah. 3-2, Aaron. Well done, Aaron. Ding, ding, ding. I wish I'd like...
Who's the other Prem team he played for? Newcastle and...
He moved to someone, didn't he? He went on loan. I can't remember who it was.
Oh, was it Hull?
Something like that. It was like a lower league. He didn't do very well. Literally moved there for like fucking half a season or something.
I would have never got that.
He's gonna bug me. I'll search it after the thing. Yeah, but that is the show complete, guys. Sunday Social. We've come to the end of the show. If you've
Can you hear me?
There's a sound gone.
We lost you, Nick.
I can hear
Can anyone hear me?
Nick.
Yeah,
I
can hear you, Aaron. I can hear Nick. No.
No, I can't hear Nick.
No. Nope.
So we're gonna have to do the outro. Once a day, take it away.
Write it down. Bye, guys. I can read
See you
it.
later, guys.
Yeah, man.